Okay, we made it to Florida for the Hardway Sunshine Showdown. This is going to be the Odss season final because Rudy's was canceled, and we actually came down a day early. We went to Tampa to do a shoot for Truck U. The S10 was going to be featured in the Hot Shots Truck U episode there. But we're hanging out here tonight at Hardway Performance, and we're doing a cookout with shrimp and snow crab and a big southern boil. It's going to be great food, and we're going to head to the track tomorrow and get started with racing tomorrow evening. There's a couple rounds of qualifying and gas versus diesel competition Friday evening, and then eliminations on Saturday. So stay tuned, it's going to be a good weekend.
Hey Ryan, look, you've already got a head start. Love you, buddy.
It's a sunny day here on a Friday at the first day of the Hardway Sunshine Showdown in Florida, and we are getting ready to make the first couple test hits. They have open testing from noon to 6, but they are having some problems with some water weeping up through the track because of all the rain they got in the hurricane earlier this week. So we're kind of hanging out until they tell us that the track's ready to go. But we want to make a couple licks on the S10, just make sure we're ready for qualifying tonight. And Josh's truck, we made a lot of changes to as well. We're hoping to get a pass or two in this afternoon and see if we're ready to go. But overall, we're excited to be here, and it's going to be a good weekend.
I made a first pass on the quad cab. I ran a 676, feeling good about things, felt a little vibration, and so I took it out on the road, swapped some tires around, jacked it up in the air. I couldn't find anything that was pointed to any problem. So I ended up going for a second pass, and as soon as I launched it, we had a drive shaft come apart. So our front drive shaft broke and made a little bit of carnage. Broke the cooler line on the rear of the transmission. Luckily, doesn't look to be more carnage than just that. So we got a spare drive shaft that we're going to steal out of a friend's truck, and hopefully we can get this thing back on the racing tomorrow and put it in the 670 and see what we can do.
round of testing, everybody had bugs. So Josh's truck actually worked pretty well on a 127 to the 60 foot. The new tires seem to be working good. We're going to put a little bit more RPM in the hit. I think it can take a little bit. When lockup came in, it started shaking a little bit. He let out early. Could have driven through it if he was racing somebody, but we're going to fix that in power management. On the S10, it was shook the tire almost immediately. The track is very tight, which is good because we're excited to be able to put some power down, and we're going to make some adjustments on the S10 with power management, try to make it drive through that the sticky track, just put more power in it and hopefully get a good 60 foot. On Deutsch's truck, he started staging, the truck died, and we had a problem. He's had this thing together all summer, but the CP3 gear started spinning on the shaft. And taking it apart, we figured out that the washer was hitting the flange of the CP3 gear. So we're going to put a little bit thicker washer in it and machine the inside of that out just a little bit, put it back together. I'm pretty sure everything will be all right. We can pull the CP3 and look at it later. As long as it works, we're going to be ready to roll. So all three trucks had little gremlins, but that's why you test before we go for qualifying here in about an hour.
Track Edition shoes, guys. We're gonna be running a promo code on them. Cody Sucks 20. So they're reefs, great for like radial prep surfaces. Might lose only like 2 or 3 toes per one, so be good. Look for them on the website.
All right, we're going backwards, I guess. I don't know. We kicked the tires again. We had tried a little bit of a different bar setting. Felt like it was the direction we needed to go to get more traction. Just really not, I don't know, with the amount of hits we have, we don't have time to figure out how to get the thing off the line, and it's not working. So we're gonna go back to the bar setting we had in it at Shide, and hopefully we can just go right back to where we were and not have to spend a lot of time figuring stuff out. So we're gonna try to do a quick half-hour turnaround so we can get one more hit in test and tune before we go into Q1 tonight.
Okay, Jared, what happened the last pass?
You know, we made some tuning changes and suspension changes, and it went down the track, but not how we wanted.
He has no idea what he's talking about. But really, it did. He was right. I'm doing a video! Okay, last pass. It did a really good. We went back to the bar setting that we had at Wagler's, and it went a 107 to the 60 foot. And when we got to the bump transition that upset Josh's truck, Larson had to pedal as well. So again, and we also had a nitrous solenoid, one of the purge solenoids stuck open. So Lynn's changed the nitrous purge solenoid right now, and we're going to make another pass. We're going to do a little bit of change to the shock, hopefully to settle down some of that bump. But otherwise, we're ready to go. It went a 446 at 160, I don't know what. 440, do you know what the mile per hour was? It went 446 at 160 mile an hour or something, with a lot of pedaling. We were only under full power for 2.6 seconds. So we're going to go into elimination, or qualifying is the next round. Speed was 118,000 RPM and made 138 pounds of boost.
No way, what was dry?
137.
Wow, that's a happy.
Dude, at sea level, it makes so much boost, it's crazy.
That's a happy turbo.
Well guys, we did it. We went 421 at 178 and then we are stoked. Went a 106 to 60 foot and the truck did everything we wanted it to. Whenever we rode out the hump, that's in the right lane, but everything in the data log looks great, and we're going to, next pass, we're going to try to trim in a little bit more fuel. They're going to let us do a Pro Mod shootout here late tonight. The racing conditions are absolutely perfect because we're at sea level and it's nice and cool and the track's tight. We made 138 pounds of boost, 137 pounds of drive pressure, and turbo shaft speed was at 118,000 RPM. Which is safe. Generally, danger zone is around 125,000 RPM. So the truck's happy, it's making a ton of horsepower. We're ready to turn it up. Like, we have a pretty steep curve with the power, so like up to half track, we're still ramping in the last 800 horsepower. So we're gonna try moving that power in sooner and see if it can go faster. Okay, day 2 of Hardway Sunshine Showdown. We are ready to go up for Q2 here shortly. There's a little bit of threat of rain later, so they're moving the schedule in a little bit sooner. But we spent most of the morning running around getting some parts for Cody's truck. We were having some problems with his governor pressure solenoid and his transmission. And so we had to run about 2 hours to get some parts and got it in and got it ready to go. The S10 should be ready to rock. We were ready to go last night. Josh made a couple of suspension changes to his truck, but we are ready for Q2. We're going to keep the power in it and hopefully put up a good number. Okay, we did the last 2 rounds of qualifying, Q2 and Q3. We kicked the tires both times, but we got 107 and 108 60 foots out of it. Unfortunately, they are calling the race because of rain. It started sprinkling just too much that we cannot get trucks down the track. It is dangerous to send a big tire car, any slick tire vehicle down a glued surface. It literally just becomes like ice. So Josh was able to make 2 4-second passes. He went 499 at 146 and 496 at 148. We got a 121 60 foot out of his, which is the best that truck has ever done. So, but we were really fighting. There's a little bit of a bump in the transition on the track, and every time he hit that bump, it really affected the truck and started skating, and I really think that was hurting us a good bit. So hopefully, all the changes we made have definitely helped with the 60 foot. We're ready for the next track, that we get a good tight track. We're ready to turn it on and hopefully set a record in that. But altogether, we got the record on the Pro Mod, resetting our record on a 421 at 178. That was great. We had a good racing weekend with the Diesel family. We're excited. Even though 2020 year has been all messed up, we still make it a good weekend, whether it's good racing or bad racing. So we will catch you guys next year.